Hello there and welcome along to the quarter-final stages of the Hockey World League final. It's England versus China in quarter-final 3. The wind really getting up here and a storm blowing in for this one as both sides battle it out for the third spot in the semi-finals. Both sides then pitch side, China in yellow, about to make their way out alongside them. Their opponents this evening, England in the blue and red strip away to your right-hand side. We'll have a few presentations ahead of today's games. Milestones for Alex Danson and Susie Gilbert this evening for England, ranked 3rd in the world. Their opponents, China, a few places back in 7th. Kate and Helen Richardson-Walsh there, the last to come out for England. Our 2 umpires there, Annalise Rostron and Kang Hyun-young of Korea. Poor Kang had a surprise shock when a dog came on the pitch the other day. She's not a big fan of dogs. Hopefully no repeat of that today. And here come Jason Lee and Karen Brown with the flowers. First up then, presentation-wise, is Susie Gilbert. 100 international caps now for her as she receives her flowers from Jason, the coach. Congratulations to her. And there, Alex Danson on the right of your picture, number 15, also receiving some flowers today. There she is, steps forward, and 200 international caps for her now, receiving her flowers from Karen Brown, the team manager, bronze medalist in the '92 Olympics, with 357 caps to her name. There they are, the group of them together. That's the formalities out of the way then, as the 2 girls embrace and get back to their place in the lineup for the national anthems. We'll start with England. Crowd to their feet. Short, fiery rendition of the English national anthem. England's opponents this evening in Tucuman in Argentina are China. So it's England versus China, a place in the semi-finals up for grabs. The winner of this match will face Australia in the semi-finals. Netherlands already through to the semi-final stages as well. And let's see how both sides line up. For England, Hinch in goal, Unsworth, Twigg, Townsend, Kate Richardson-Walsh, Queck, Danson, Bray, Webb, Walton and Owsley all in the starting 11. And Jason Lee, whose side have won 2 games in the tournament, just the 1 loss. That loss against the Netherlands, when England lost 3-2. Only a win will do this evening against China. Li, Wang, Ma, Xu, Wu, Sun, De, Zhu, Huang, Liang and Peng start for China. Under their coach, Yo Badong. And our umpires for the evening, Annalise Rostron of South Africa and Kang Hyun-young of Korea. We're expecting a storm anytime during this match. Huge lightning storm. You can just see it away to your right-hand side above those floodlights brewing on the horizon. For now, though, we've got some early evening sunshine. Just gone 6:30 here local time. Welcome along. It'll be China to get things underway. They're in the all-yellow strip away to our right-hand side, attacking the goal to the left, defended by Maddie Hinch and England. Aerial ball comes in. Webb was underneath it first. Last time these 2 sides met was in Amstelveen in the Champions Trophy in 2011, when it finished 0-0 as Kwek picks up the ball and comes forward with it. Owsley offloads the ball to Unsworth. Obviously this evening, if it finishes in a draw, we'll go to a penalty shootout. We've seen one of those already this afternoon. Australia beating Germany after the score finished 1-1. England coming close there. First circle penetration, but across the face of goal. Owsley steps high. Danson just drops back a little. England starting off high and putting the pressure on straight away as Twig goes in and gets the free hit. Walton plays in Twig, who fancies her chances against Zhu. Owsley in support, opts to drive forward herself and wins the free hit again. Quickly taken into the D, now finds Danson. Ball loose, and keeper, did she bring down Bray? That's the question. Bray definitely going to ground. No foul, says the umpire. Well, it was a good clean stick tackle from that angle, good call. And alongside me in the commentary box, casting her expert eye on this, Ireland international Nikki Simmons. It was a good tackle, wasn't it, from Lee there?
Yeah, a great tackle, and it's absolutely what was needed just there. Could have been a goal straight away for England. They're showing their strength here, they're showing their intention as a team that have done well in the previous few games in this tournament. They want to stamp their authority pretty quickly on this game. It's not going to be an easy ride for England this game. They know that. You know, they've got a game on their hands here. They can't underestimate China as Twig leaves her stick in on that tackle on Peng. And Wu getting to it, but was at full stretch and went to ground. Wasn't able to get up and react quick enough. China have started all of their games in this tournament in a good pace, in a good manner. Won their first game against New Zealand by 2-0. But then nothing they could do about the 2 losses, losing to Australia by 5-1 and the host Argentina by 3-1. England also got off to a winning start in the tournament last Saturday, winning their first game against Korea 6-2. They lost to the Netherlands 3-2 last weekend as well. And then just a couple of days ago, winning their final pool game against Germany in wet, muggy conditions, winning that game by 3-1. Kwek now cuts in field. Gets the free hit against Durr. Jason Lee screaming, barking instructions early on for England. Kate Richardson-Walsh into Townsend.
Walton's got space out here. First time down the line was on to Ausley if she wanted to. Comes infield instead. Takes a deflection off Twig or Danson, one of the two there. Both inside the D.
Townsend found herself in a great position there, just in the pocket, and was able to find her very easily out to Sally Walton.
This is Chu. Little touch from Bray onto Unsworth's foot. 1-2 there between Durr and Pang. Stick tackle there maybe, but good advantage played. Final touch was from Unsworth. So almost 5 minutes gone. Can't get past the flat stick of Holly Webb. Comes away with it now. It's got Helen Richardson-Walsh on her outside. Gives up possession over the 23, then China come and win the free hit. England get all numbers back. Danson and Ausley now inside the 23. England defending with all 11. China try and shift that defensive line. Ausley fronts up to Wang. Danson's there as well. Townsend picks up the ball. This is Walton into Unsworth.
England are playing kind of risky hockey there. You don't want to pass there. You want to try and keep the stick on the ball. I heard Kate saying that there, that she needs to keep a stick on the ball and win a free, especially when you've got so many Chinese around you.
Ball and White coming on as a fresh set of legs up front for England. Ausley still there as well. Good lead to the ball. Just in front of Kate Richardson-Walsh. That's had a squeal of frustration that she couldn't get to that. Back into a defensive role. Here's Durr. This is Chu now. Into Wang. Front forward by Sun. One of the danger players there, number 8 for China, Mengrong Wu. Wu who scored against Argentina the other night. Good reverse stick goal, that one, to open the scoring for China. They went on to lose the game, but it was another promising start from the Chinese. And they're being persistent here, but good defence from England. Unsworth comes away with it. This is Ausley now. Onto the hand, I think, there of Mark. Play waved on. Richardson-Walsh throws the ball in front for Ball. Too far out of her reach. England come back to about a three-quarter press. First touch there was shocking from Chu, and England will have it inside the 23. Quickly taken by McLeod, who clips that ball goal bound. Hadn't gone 5 before it came into the D. Must have been close.
Yeah, I thought it got a touch off the defender as well, which would make it okay for it to go into the circle.
Gilbert's first touch can't bring it under control. Susie Gilbert, who's hit 100 caps this evening for England. Big milestone for her. And Alex Danson, who celebrates her 200th international cap this evening. Hopefully it'll be a game to remember for all the right reasons for England. Queck underneath that one. Watched it all the way. An awkward bounce just in front of her. Had to take it at face height and wins the free hit. England, of course, the silver medalists at the Tri-Finance Euro Hockey Nations Championships, and a side which contains 9 bronze medalists from the GB squad at the London 2012 Olympics. They've got a good wealth of experience in amongst them, haven't they, Nikki?
Yeah, and I think it's showing in some of the matches that we've seen so far. Just holding off players, just being a bit more patient than the other teams, and hopefully they'll be able to do the same again today. And just trust in the way that they play, that they'll get the goals eventually.
mad rush just yet. Good jab tackle from Ball. Slightly fresher conditions out there in the early evening, better than this morning when it was baking hot. It got up to about 40 degrees out in the centre, above 36 in the shade, so we played quarters instead of halves. Richardson-Walsh wins the free hit. Inside her is White. Just to come outside, and Gilbert's there ahead of her. Now Gilbert released. Trying to get in around the back, taken over the baseline by Zhu. White now has a good fiddle with it, but got stuck on the turf here. Just left it behind her. Green card there for White. Didn't see what for, did you, Nikki?
No, I didn't see that there. Maybe we'll see a replay of it.
Yeah, well, let's have a look. It's for that tackle. Green card for it, 2 minutes in the sin bin. Thanks to the camera boys for picking that one up. Here's Twig, back to Richardson-Walsh. Across to Webb, there is Nick White with a green card. England down to 10 players. You can hear there on the audio how out of breath they are, working hard out there, England. No goals on the board as yet if you've just joined us. 10.5 minutes gone in the first half. Kate Richardson-Walsh picks up the ball. Out to Gilbert. Now an international centurion. Forward to McLeod. Good skills from her. Good interview with McLeod and Danson on the website if you've not checked it out as yet. Go check out the England Hockey website. Talking ahead of today's game about the importance of it, and obviously the competition itself out here in Tucuman in Argentina. Aerial ball from Wang's a good one. Webb back there, one-on-one, and wins that battle against Yang. Twig onto her own foot, just took her eye off it at the last minute. This is Dirt. Plays the long ball, goes across the baseline for the restart.
It's unfortunate by Yang. She's extremely hard-working player. I've seen her over the last few games. She's just non-stop. Her legs are going all the time. She's chasing down. She's working hard going forward and also in defence.
Hard work is the order of the day as Ansley picks it up. One touch towards Danson, who turns her player. Twig inside her, and Danson going now all by herself. Little chip there and a great tackle from Wang to deny her. And then again another aerial ball. Ball comes off and Ansley back on up front. First time ball down the line this time from Walton. Found Bray, but couldn't hang on to it, Sophie Bray. Bray plays her hockey abroad, the only member of the England side to play abroad. She plays in the Netherlands, scored a goal against Germany the other night. From back home as well. Nice evening in front of the telly to watch this one, Nikki.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, and hopefully it'll be a good result for everybody at home as well.
That's what they'll be hoping, fingers crossed, as Twig now feeds Giselle Ansley into White. White versus Wang. Wins the free hit, brings it back to the dotted line. Must travel 5, has done. Ansley now with the board to Owsley. Looking to draw the foul. Wang picks it up, reverse stick. Final touch was an England stick. Drift harmlessly off the pitch. There's Lee in the goal for China. She's played all 4 games now for China. Jia Ge the other goalkeeper for China, not in action as yet in the tournament, just 19 years of age and looking for her first cap. Hasn't happened just yet. Hensley goes up, takes that one confidently above her head. This is Webb. Forcing it down that right-hand channel. China can only take it off for a sideline ball. Danson again, good strong turn from her. Owsley clears the space. Danson around the back, a little chip here. Penalty corner. Well done, Alex Danson.
There's not many players that can stop Alex Danson when she's in that form. Little lifts, running hard, using her speed and pace, and she's just excellent skill.
Here's another look at it. Alex Danson all the way from the baseline. That's the way to do it. Get your feet outside on the blue turf area, make the most of the green turf. Drawing the foul. There was that little chip. And then that stick being left in by Chu, conceding the penalty corner. Which Georgie Twigg will inject. Kate Richardson-Walsh, Nick White and Holly Webb at the head of the D. It's going to be KRW with the flick. It's a slip this time. It dragged the defence. Did its job. And then the follow-up shot not able to get on target. You have to be careful here. China throwing numbers forward in the counter-attack from that penalty corner. None from one this evening for England. No corners as yet for China. Under 20 minutes left to play in the first half. Still England 0, China 0. Here's another look at that penalty corner. Kate Richardson-Walsh just stepping over it. And that flick there, yeah, you can see Holly Webb not getting hold of it.
A nice variation there. She possibly was a little bit wide for that. It could have been a bit closer. She may have got a bit more time to take the actual flick, because as she got it, there was a defender right on top of her.
It had me fooled. Thought Kate was going to take the flick there. It looked very convincing from behind the goal where we were watching it on about the halfway line.
Again, teams would have watched each other very closely in the lead-up games and had a look at the defence and seen where the gaps are.
Unsworth. Remember, a semi-final place awaits the winner of this game against Australia. Australia beating Germany as England come close through Danson. She's going to come back for a reverse stick shot into the Chinese player, was lifted up into her.
Great reactions by Danson there off the rebound. She was the first one onto it, even though the defenders were around as well. She was still the first to react.
Bray was ready to wear that one in the face as she tried to charge it down from Wang and off the stick of Huang. Twigg comes forward. And plays in Townsend. England will be keen to maintain possession here now.
England starting to change shape a little bit, moving players around, trying to move the Chinese, because again, the China are just playing with two up front, a little bit of a press, not much.
Okay, Richardson-Walsh infield to Georgie Twigg. Walton towards Danson. A flash of lightning away to our right-hand side. The storm fast approaching. England with so much room to play around with it back here. The Twigg comes off for Gilbert. That one, not the best of passes from Kate Richardson-Walsh. Off into the touch. More comfortably dealt with that time. And Danson committing to the ball there, and McLeod now cutting up the option and cutting it off to the left. China will have to come all the way back McLeod could put a bit of pressure on Wang. Danson now. And well stepped from Townsend. Some defensive work here for England to do. We know China are a very patient side. They'll sit and do this for 65 minutes if they have to, then pop up in the final 5 minutes and get a winner. If that's what they've got to do on the night, that's what they'll do.
Yeah, they like the counter-attack. They like to build up a little bit and then be a bit direct, because their forwards, they're really only playing with two, even in attack. So they look for that long ball, try and get in behind the defence.
Danson dives in, Wang comes forward, going all the way through the midfield now. Gets across the 23 as well, draws the foul from Unsworth. Unsworth saying it came off the hand and the stick. Wang picks it up outside, crunches it in, as she can do, because it was outside the 23. Didn't have to travel 5. Danson looks like she's coming off for a break. Helen Richardson-Walsh and Queck waiting in the wings. Jason Lee watches on. Had a great afternoon with the England camp yesterday, playing some five-a-side football against some Argentinian locals.
Oh, yeah.
Jason and Craig and Ben and the rest of the team.
Are they any good?
Well, we beat Argentina 10-9 last night. Suffering for it a little bit today. Not sure we're going to see such a big scoreline here in the England-China match. No goals as yet scored. Yeah, the girls were doing a conditioning set within this five-a-side hall yesterday. And we reckon the temperature's in the mid-40s for there, so getting used to the hot, uncomfortable, sweltering heat out here in Tucuman in Argentina. It's their first early evening game, though, for England, so slightly fresher out there than what they've been used to for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and they've been lucky as well. The cloud cover came over just after the last game, so it did cool down a little bit, but it's still pretty hot. It's always going to be warm, but it's very different to this morning.
In the commentary box, it's 25.9 Celsius, and it's 7 o'clock here in Tucuman. Well taken above the head there by Ansley. Yeah, compare that to 38 this morning when they started in the shade. That was at 9 o'clock this morning. Crazy, isn't it?
Insane.
China come forward. Good tackle from Helen Richardson-Walsh. That's the space. Unsworth's got it, and Gilbert ahead of her if she wants to use her. Gilbert now with a change of speed and direction. Down the baseline looking for ball, cut off by Chu. Ball draws the long corner, which Queck will take. Queck of Reading. Again, earning the free hit. Runs it herself, can club it in now if she wants to. Taken across the line deliberately by Wang, and England earn their second penalty corner of the match. It was careless defending from Wang, deliberately put it over the baseline. That's why it's been given. Have another look at this as Queck makes the attack.
Yeah, oh, I think it was a stick tackle as well on top of that, so it was probably a bit of a mixture. But the two of them weren't really talking to each other. It didn't seem... They could have just, you know, let Queck go around and win it behind, but they both went in for a bad tackle and ended up the short corner.
Yeah, Na Wang and Meng Yu Wang. Double Wanger. Straight hit this time from England into the keeper, and the defence have to clear the pads here. They do. Shot was on target, but the keeper was alert to it. Lead down and smothers the ball. Here's another look at it. Injection was good. Hit came in from Webb. Hits the pads of the keeper, who'd logged early, and the Chinese defence quickest to react. Penalty corner number 2 of the night then saved by China.
We haven't seen many goals from corners these matches so far. But yeah, I think it means the defense are doing well, or just not getting it right from the attack.
Twig now picks up the ball with Owsley outside her. Picks it up reverse stick and peels towards the head of the D, is fouled and earns the free hit, which Townsend takes. Good strength shown there from Huang. Chase was on there and kept in well by Xi, but no one in support, but she keeps going. Good persistence from Xi and drives into the D. Kate Richardson-Walsh, though, doing some great cover tackling here. There we go, gets it back under control. Good defense.
Yeah, great defense by Kate there. She got the ball taken away from her, but she just didn't give up and managed to get it back under control.
Minutes left to play in the first half. England 0, China 0. England with the better chances in the first half so far. 2 penalty corners, none from 2 conversion rate though. Haven't really had any other clear-cut chances. Quick was looking to get the quick restart. See in the sin bin, a green card for her. Means China are down to 10 players. Power play for England. Ball forward through Webb.
Yeah, I think with these 2 minutes here, it'd be important for England to move China around a bit more, considering they're down a player. Try and get out the other side.
High press from England too. Wang, who we know has got an aerial ball, clubs it down the field. England still in the attacking half with acres of room over on the left-hand side if they want to use it. Quick thinks about it. Lovely cross-field ball for Owsley. Unsworth just in front of her. Owsley looking for support. Comes back through Webb. Richardson-Walsh now with Ansley to her left. Great diagonal ball towards White. Hits her on the foot. Great vision from Kate Richardson-Walsh there at the back to make that pass. Jason Lee asking his players to step up. China haven't got a great deal numbers forward. In fact, only 3 attacking players inside the England half. The longer they can keep it at 0-0, though, the better. Keeping England at bay at the moment. England, who have scored 11 goals in the tournament so far. China have just scored 4. Ends up in the back of the net, but no deflection between coming in from the sideline and ending up in the back of the goal within the D. Can take a deflection off a defender currently in the rules, in the standings, and that's due to change early next year. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I think a lot of players are happy with that.
Break cuts in good
on
field.
Twitter.
Under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Webb in field to White. Lays off to Unsworth. Turns strong. Good ball speed on that one to Queck. Thump forward, good rapid movement. Mason Danson's going to be first to react to the ball. Great cover tackle from Sun. Free hit was earned outside the D before that play. But Danson quickest to react to it again.
but an equally good tackle from the foul just outside the D, which White will retake. Sees a little gap here, makes it into the D, gets a head up and looks for the corner, finds a foot. Owsley gets a touch on it and it goes wide. Promising from England.
Yeah, quick reactions by Owsley there just to get a shot off.
There was White driving the baseline, threads it through two players there. Owsley has to first time hit it, but puts it above the bar. Wang with another aerial ball to Sue. Stick tackle there from Danson. Quickly gets her hands up to apologise for it, wasn't it? Easily could have been a green card.
Yeah, she realised it wasn't a great tackle.
China scrapping hard in defence. All three of their front players running back now inside the 23. So China defending with every single player they have behind the ball now. That first time ball down the line from Kwek, not the greatest.
No, but China working very hard to, as soon as the ball gets to someone, just sending someone directly at them. So there's no option to go infield, and England have to go down the line, and they're just sweeping it up every time.
This time it's China with a poor first touch in the form of Xi. Aerial from Kwek. Finds Bray almost, but the defender getting the advantage there. England player not giving 5. England denying the right channel as well. Bray still there cutting that off, so China again have to go to air. It gets through Kwek and finds its way to Xiang. Good tackle from Walton. Saying there was a bit of stick there as well. Good pick at the head of the D. Ball comes in, one-on-one. Carried away by Liang. England on the back foot now. 4 minutes to go until half-time. Again, poor first touch from China, letting them down inside the final 23. No shots on goal yet for Maddie Hinch to save in the first half.
Should be happy with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, as will the England defence. Just that 5 minutes or so against the Netherlands where they looked a little bit rocky. Other than that, the England defence looking good in this tournament.
Yeah, looking pretty solid, and I'm sure they'll be happy with it. But there's always room for improvement, and I think they'll always be looking at video, checking where they can be better. There's always things that you can make better.
Webb first time ball towards Gilbert. Something a lot of the England team are doing at the moment on that right hand flank, looking for that first time ball. Danson carries the tackle, wanted the advantage, didn't come. England come back for the free hit. Ball tries one touch too many. Lovely 1-2s from China. Now they can come down the right. Well, it's sideways travelling here, China. Eventually they try and find that line ball, but can't get through Ansley, now Unsworth.
A little bit slow from Unsworth. You'd expect her to get that in there and fire it out as quick as possible. That's what you need from your centre midfielder. She just took a little bit long on the ball. Got away with it though.
Danson coming off, Helen Richardson-Walsh back on. There is Townsend, makes an immediate impact having come back on as well herself. Restart through Webb, looking for the 1-2, Townsend now. Webb with the lifted ball in. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. England 0, China 0. As we said, no clear-cut shooting opportunities from open play for England. 2 penalty corners. Oh, ball takes one in the back and goes down. Right in the spine, that one. And the umpire just stopping the clock here to make sure Ashley Ball's okay. She seems okay. Just takes her time getting to her feet. It felt like a shot in the back.
sniper.
Walton thinks about going reverse stick, instead lays it off to Kate Richardson-Walsh. Finds the baseline deflection. It wasn't bad effort there from Townsend, hit the side netting, and from that distance, that's a great effort.
Absolutely great effort, and a great ball by Kate Richardson-Walsh as well. Nice pace on it. Superb positioning by Susanna Townsend.
Flat and hard in from KRW, and there at full stretch, Townsend delivers it wrong side of the post, unfortunately, but valiant effort from that sort of angle. 1 minute left to play in the first half.
You can see where her positioning was well on the end line, just trying to pull China out, just give the midfielders a bit more space coming into the circle.
England coming deep again and into their own half, and Kate Richardson-Walsh again with the ball to Walton this time. That little chip helps it past the defender. Not sure it was intentional, but good skills to draw the next foul. Can go route one to goal. Wang playing that dangerously up in the air. Final few seconds of the first half. England working hard to get something here. Helen Richardson-Walsh to it first, now Unsworth. And England containing the threat here. Maybe one last blast. Comes into the D, and there goes the hooter for half-time. So no goals in the first half. England level with China in this third quarter-final. It's England 0, China 0. Both sides get a well-earned break. 35 minutes of hockey left to play. If it remains a draw after the second half, then we'll go into a penalty shootout, our second of the day. Wins already today for the Netherlands, beating New Zealand 1-0. And Australia going through against Germany in a penalty shootout. England will be wanting to do this in regulation time. Helen Richardson-Walsh, one of the last off the pitch, having an influence there late on in the first half. Which way is this one going to go? Swinging England's way or China's? You have to come back and join us for all the second half action at half time. It's England 0, China 0.
Les recordamos que los voluntarios del Chaleco Naranja que están acomodando a toda la gente pertenecen a la Fundación Nutrir Redconi Argentina. Ellos luchan para quebrar la desnutrición infantil, que es la única causa de debilidad mental creada por el hombre que se puede prevenir y curar. Colaboren en sus alcancías. No es una ayuda más, son cientos de niños desnutridos menos. Como siempre, agradecemos la presencia de los siguientes clubes: de Salta, Popeye BC; de Buenos Aires, Club St. Catherine; de Córdoba, el Córdoba Athletic Club; de Santiago del Estero, la Ensenada Club de Quimili; Lawn Tennis, Unión y Juventud, All Lions, SEC; clubes de la provincia de Mendoza, de Chaco, Pampa del Indio, de Neuquén, Neuquén Rugby Club; de Tucumán, Universitarios, Tucumán Rugby; natación, Club Estación Experimental, lawn tenis, kung fu, Cardenales, Lince, Jockey, Montero Volley, Aguaragua Azul, Lules, Club Kennedy, Central Córdoba, Darcos, Villa Mitre, Huirapuca, Corsarios, La Querencia, La Lucita Tafí del Valle, Tafí Viejo, IPEF, Gimnasio, UTA, Atlético, San Martín y Tucumán TK, así también a todos los equipos de la Liga Interior y a Villa Carmela.
We're at the quarter-final stages of the tournament, and England versus China in the third quarter-final of the day, 0-0 at half-time. Have your say, of course, on Facebook and Twitter. Get involved. If you are on Twitter, then hashtag HWL. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from that first half. 2 penalty corners in the first half for England. The first one wasn't directed well. There wasn't enough power on this, really, from Webb. Comes left. It was a good slip move from England, but just here, not quite getting it in the head of the stick, Holly Webb. And then secondly, again, went with the strike, went into the keeper, but the Chinese defence the quickest to react to it and clear it away to safety. Here's another look at that one from behind the striker. Again, Webb on target, but good defence from China. England came through again. This is Nick White this time. Pulled the ball back. First time shot from Owsley went across the bar. Not able to get that one on target, but a good strong run from White, and Owsley skying that effort. Those are the best of the chances, really, in the first half for England. Nothing too much there to trouble Lee in goal. So no goals in the half for either side. 2 shots for England on target, and 4 circle penetrations in total to China's 2. Honours roughly even percentage-wise as far as possession goes, and England unable to convert from their 2 penalty corner opportunities. 1 green card apiece, and more details on the official website, www.fih.ch, on all the players and the tournament itself, the inaugural Hockey World League Final 2013. There too you can get involved with Facebook on facebook.com/FIHockey as the local fans gather to see the 4th and final quarter-final of the day, Argentina versus Korea. Have your say. Who do you think is going to win this game? Get onto Twitter at FIH_hockey. Hashtag your comments or photos with hashtag HWL. Hashtag tell us who you think is going to win this game. Alongside me in the commentary box for this one is Nikki Simmons of Ireland. Over 200 caps for her country, and has experienced this Hockey World League final firsthand in Valencia when Ireland were in action in round 2. Great for these final 8 teams to have got to this stage, Nikki.
Yeah, absolutely. Great achievement to get this far. The top 8 teams in the world. Some other teams slipped up on the way, but yeah, these teams are definitely the top 8, and you can see it in the games that are being played. It's just excellent hockey being played out here, and I'm sure there's way more to come.
So then Maddie Hinch makes her way back to the England goal. They'll have a quick huddle on the 23-metre line first. Hopefully everything's been said inside the changing room with Jason Lee. Quite vocal there. He's been playing well at right half in an England shirt. England ranked 3rd in the world against China, ranked 7th. China not out there yet, they're still in the dugout. We've got another 2 minutes to go until pushback, so England out nice and early and keen to get on with business here. There are the Chinese players listening to their coach. You can see he's got the whiteboard out, some clear visual aid there.
Very fancy one on an easel.
I did notice the easel. So as we mentioned, about 2 minutes to go until pushback here. Last time the two sides faced up against each other was in Amstelveen at the Champions Trophy in 2011. Fans here comparing photographs. We are still expecting this storm that we can see on the horizon. Flashes of lightning sporadically, but it seems to be staying away, which is a good thing, Nikki.
Yeah, a great thing. You wouldn't want any interruptions here as well, I think, especially England probably come out in the second half, change things up a little bit maybe. They need to just figure out a way to score and get past the Chinese.
That's all they got to do. A semi-final place up for grabs. A semi-final match against Australia awaits one of these sides. Will it be China in the yellow away to our left-hand side, or England in the red shirts and blue skirts away to the right? Second half action on the way. Get yourself settled for it. Hopefully you've enjoyed a nice evening tea back home if you're watching in the UK. About 10:30 over there, I think. Right then, second half. Helen Richardson-Walsh with the restart to Laura Unsworth. It's England 0, China 0 as we get the second half underway. England playing from right to left. 2 penalty corners in the first half for them. Both falling to Holly Webb. Keeper saving one, and then Webb not able to get a shot off on target with any real power with the first of those corners. Little deflection there from Twigg, takes it over the sideline. China with the restart. England can't afford to sit back too much here. China scored an opening goal, a counter-attack goal against Argentina in their last game. Perfectly capable of scoring the goals, despite only scoring 4 in the tournament. They only need 1 here against England to take them through to the semi-final.
China, though, playing very differently to where they played against Argentina. We talked about one of their players man-marking armwear, so it's quite different way to play today. They seem to be a bit more attacking as well. They're pushing up more players than they had been previous games.
Yeah, they've got 3 players up front, but they are sat at a half-court press at the moment. They'll allow that ball to Ansley and might just press a little bit further here now with Kate Richardson-Walsh in possession. Tries to throw a ball infield to Twigg, but didn't really give her much hope there. Zhu picks it up. England just leaving that ball and backtracking to do the defensive work. Ashley Ball will front up. There's Townsend also starting the second half. Helen Richardson-Walsh stepping high and cutting off the channel right.
Yeah, Helen seems to be playing a mixture of midfield and up front. Mainly in the first half I saw her up front, so it's quite different for her. Normally I would see her in midfield.
Back from injury as well. She was part of the commentary team for round 3 when we were back in London. The semi-finals being played there, the other semi-final in Rotterdam. Karen Brown and Jason Lee just lurking over the substitutes bench, discussing tactics and possible changes in the way England go about this second half. They need a goal. Who's it going to come from? We've got Richardson, McLeod and Ball up front currently for England. Here's Townsend through the middle. Webb with those 2 shooting opportunities in that first half. Kate Richardson-Walsh now to Ansley and tries to find Ball first time. Ball picks it up now though on the 23. Richardson-Walsh again, this time forward to McLeod. Tries to turn inside a player, wins the free hit. Green card in the meantime there for Meng Rong Wu. And the ball hadn't travelled 5 there. So 2 minutes in the Singbin for Wu.
Interesting new name for it. How many times have you been sing-bonged? Let us know on Twitter, at FIH_hockey, #HWL.
You ask Carol Metchett, she'll probably tell you I'm always in it.
Carol Metchett, the Irish former umpire and video umpire for this tournament. The ball came into the D and Ball was looking to get a deflection in front of Wang. Promising signs from England, getting the circle penetrations they need. Good turn of pace there from Pong. With some legwork to do here. She's out the lone striker up front. McLeod steps to put a bit of pressure and gets a stick in front of it. Good effort. Danson waits in the wings there. Kate Richardson-Walsh with one above her head. She's allowed to play it up there in this tournament. Anyone just joining us at the quarter-final stages. 3 games played already by both these sides in the pool. England finishing second in their pool. Behind the Netherlands.
China again look very happy to just drop out that ball. They had players up there, they could have surrounded England in defence, but they chose to drop back.
As will force the tackle and now draws the foul, and China come away with it. A good strength initially from the first tackle there to win the free hit initially inside the 23. Some equally good defending there from Huang. Aerial ball, it's a good one. Good 40 yards on that one.
Yeah, I reckon Wang and Tina Backman are probably the 2 that can throw it the furthest in this game at the moment. It's a nice skill to have, especially if you play the way China do, trying to get in behind the defence.
Speed on that slap here, and good turn from Townsend now gives England a bit of space. This is McLeod over the 23 to Danson, who's come on. Can she have an impact? There's onto the foot, and there's a penalty corner. Penalty corner number 1 of the half, and 3 of the game for England. Good turn of pace from Danson, but it all came from that ball from the back from Richardson-Walsh down the left-hand side. And here, Danson getting the better of the defender there, just onto the foot. Yes, please, we'll take that. Great skills, eyes on the ball, gets a little chip in there over the defender's stick and onto the foot. Thank you, please. Queck, Webb and Kate Richardson-Walsh at the head of the D then. Danson and Owsley lined up for deflections. Unsworth to stop this one. Again, it's Webb, this time slip for Kate Richardson-Walsh. It goes wide, it took a deflection from one of the runners coming out for China, and it'll be a long corner, which Unsworth will take. Slap to the head of the D again. KRW with a ball, finds a flat stick though, and releases Zhu. Queck getting in her face, and can she get the ball back? Just about. Has to concede the sideline ball. Let's have a look at this chance then. Came out to the head of the D. Webb drawing the number 1 runner, and then that shot going wide. Took a deflection though on the way, remember. You'll just see it just there off the Chinese number 2 runner.
Yeah, England choosing the same variation as in the first half, but just changing of personnel really. They put Kate over there to the left.
Unsworth keeps it out of reach of the Chinese defence. Webb slaps it forward. Queck looks to cross it in, hits a Chinese foot on the way through. England probably want to get this first goal under their belt. Webb has a look now, will she hit it straight in? Just a little push that time, picked up by Wang. Looking for Danson there, goes across the baseline for the restart. Gives time for England to reset.
There's that aerial ball again, this time down the throat of Quek. Webb looks to go cross field towards Gilbert. Final touch was a Chinese touch, so Bray gets going. Into the D now for Bray. Round 2 defenders and looks for the third, and the foot, but can't quite find it. Here comes Gilbert this time. They're all having a go. Good flat stick tackle. Gilbert persistent though to give chase to that one, and unlucky not to come away with it. Umpire wants that taken from the 23. Wang, airtime. English defence not 5 there as Zi tried to pick it up. This is Huang now, infield. And the skipper, Ma. Zi again. Ball cut out by Ansley. Nick White and Sally Walton just about to come on. Townsend comes off for White. In the meantime, England come down the left through Webb. And this is Quek now, down the right-hand side. Danson cutting in field, travelling sideways though. Back through Walsh. England showing their patience here. Good reverse stick pick from Richardson Walsh. And a good turn from Danson now. Tries to get away from her marker. England making progress. Quek with the ball in, onto the flat stick again. Bray gives chase and wins it back for England. Slips inside, passes 2 tackles. I thought there was a bit of a foot in there. The Chinese defence screaming foot at the umpire. England fortunate to get away with that one. Here is Bray. Strong pick from Webb. Kate Richardson Walsh to Giselle Ansley. Owsley now. Good peel from her. Crossfield's on. Quek's going to have a chance here. Into the D. Gets a shot off, looking for a deflection. Falls to Gilbert. Hits the defender on the line. It's going to be a stroke. Gilbert almost getting the opening goal there on a 100th of international appearance. But a stroke, the next best thing she could do. Hit the defender's leg, last line of defence. Have another look at this. It looked dangerous as soon as Quek had it. Into the D. Crunches it in. And that's where it fell to Susie Gilbert. And it's Twig that's going to step up to take this. Twig, who scored a stroke against Korea in the pool stages, now has a chance to put England ahead in the quarter-finals. So then, Georgie Twig versus Dong Xiao Li. This to go ahead. Twig from the P-spot. And it's saved by Lee. Twig denied. And it remains England 0, China 0. Straight at the keeper. Georgie Twig getting low, getting power behind it, but not the best flick.
No, not the best. It's straight at the keeper and also at a bad height. It looks like I thought that as well. I thought the keeper moved. The move before
There's just
the whistle went.
some discussion going on here.
Yeah.
It's going to be retaken, I think, the flick, because the keeper moved.
Keeper went forward. Yeah, I thought I saw that, but I thought she got away with it.
Well, now the Chinese gathering around the umpire.
To me as well, she moved forward.
What about that then? So the flick's going to be retaken because the keeper was active and on the move when Georgie Twig took the flick. Well, second chance. Second bite of the cherry for Georgie Twig. Takes the flick this time and scores! Keeps it low. And England have the lead through Georgie Twig. Slots home the penalty stroke. England 1, China 0. No
no doubt about the retake.
Yeah, she kept it much lower, much better flick. Still could probably be a little bit closer to the corner, but
I think she'll
better.
take it.
Yeah.
And Twig putting England ahead on 40 minutes. So there's one on the board. A second would certainly add a bit of comfort for Kate Richardson-Walsh here at the back and the England girls. Webb now. Walton brings it infield. She's got support ahead of her. His ball. Bounced off her stick for a sideline ball. Bray pushes high and England forcing it down this left-hand side of China. Looks like they're going to go airborne. Wang above the ball. Just a little lift this time. As far as the 23, then reverse stick. Only as far as the halfway line. Walton with the restart. Tons of space out this side. Here's why. The keeper, look, she's come a good yard off her line there before Georgie Twig took the first of those flicks, and that's why it was retaken. So Dong Xiao Li just taking full advantage of that. Well spotted by the umpires, to be fair. Annalise Rostron and Hyun Young Kang communicating, and eventually the flick was retaken, and eventually Georgie Twig found the backboards on 40 minutes for England. Great to be able to have that second opportunity to redeem yourself, isn't it, Nikki?
Yeah, I think so. She would have been very disappointed with the first one after scoring one the other day as well. So yeah, it was nice to get a second bite of the cherry.
Great to get clarification of that as well. Thanks, team. This is Webb to Richardson-Walsh. Ansley over here now. First time ball intercepted, which was intended for Helen Richardson-Walsh. She takes the quick restart. Lovely little dink from Helen as she drives forward. Earns the free hit. Look, she still keeps going. Umpire will want this taken back another couple of yards. Helen Richardson-Walsh looking to take every advantage possible. Ansley over the ball now. Taken outside the D, so can go directly in, but the route to goal not there. Georgie Twig will have a go outside, looks for the deflection. Taken away by Wang, long corner. 22 minutes remaining. England 22 minutes away from the semi-final, a semi-final against Australia. Kate Richardson-Walsh earns the free hit. Again, tons of room here with Walton over on the right-hand side. Unsworth ahead of her if she fancies it. Throws in the diagonal ball to Ball. Ashley Ball turns and feeds Unsworth, but a small interception there from China.
It's much better from England. There's options for everybody. There's options for Sally there down the line and infield, which is extremely important ball infield because it's towards the circle.
There's another 40-yard aerial from Wang at the back. China with no numbers forward though. No rush here for Kate Richardson-Walsh. She can watch that one all the way across the baseline. England have the restart over on the right-hand side. They lead here by a goal to nil. Georgie Twig has just put England ahead from the P spot. There is Twig now, 3 goals in the tournament so far. Stroke against Korea, also scored against the Netherlands, now scoring against China in this all-important quarter-final stage. The Netherlands and Australia already through to the semi-finals. Kate Richardson-Walsh needs to keep possession here. She'll come all the way back if she has to through Webb. She does. Ansley now over on the left-hand side as well. Webb comes forward through the midfield. A little chip over the stick there from McLeod. Ball played up into Ansley, so she'll win that. Set a new world record with Ansley and Owsley yesterday in the Tucuman Pool Olympics, actually. 110 keepy-uppies with a volleyball. Now, they were raving about that in the local papers this morning. McLeod with the free hit, leaves it for Unsworth. Slaps it forward, took a deflection off a China stick, so a long corner, Richardson-Walsh to take.
Walsh this time might want to think about coming all the way out. She's under a bit of pressure here. And China winning the ball back. Last touch came off HRW. Thought about the aerial. China come out along the ground though. This is Chang. Nice from China, but only inside their own half now. Unsworth breaks, Townsend fresh on as well, with Twig outside. And McLeod as well. Surely a good chance here with Danson hitting the baseline. Danson will look to get inside the D and try and find the foot. Ran it straight at the defender and well defended from Tu. Reverse stick away, took a touch from Danson, so China ball.
Yeah, good patient defending by Chu there, because again, Alex Danson on the ball. As we know, is nice and quick, skillful player, but she was just patient and just let her run into her stick.
That's where England have looked at their best for me this evening, where they've drawn China defence down the England left-hand channel, but then going back towards the right and opening up the gap there. Danson now with the ball to the baseline, and McLeod couldn't keep it under control. China free hit.
Yeah, definitely looked the most dangerous, coming out and around and going around the right-hand side down that flank.
England defence now side-tracking. Danson gives chase back onto Ousley's stick. China finding it very hard to get into England territory here. Still no saves for Maddie Hinch in the England goal. She had a quiet night. She'll hope that it'll stay like that. England 1, China 0. Same scoreline as we saw the Netherlands beat New Zealand by this morning. It's not been a high-scoring day. These are the crunch matches in the tournament, the knockout stages, to decipher whether they go into the top half of the pool or the bottom half. England expect to make the semi-finals, but it's a whole kettle of different fish in there swimming about when it comes to the actual game day, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the match on the day. I would hope China now soon we'll see a bit of a change with them. They're still holding back, which is strange if you're one down and pretty much you have to win this game, which you do. So hopefully we'll see a bit of a change with them. I might open up some more spaces for England. 17
minutes left for China to get back into the game. In the meantime, Danson comes in and has a go there. Had one touch which took it up in the air and then tried to steer the second one towards goal, but too dangerous. Again, good build-up play from England to get into the shooting position. Here it was from Kwek this time. That first touch just getting up off Danson's stick and almost taking Chu's head clean off her shoulders. Here's the captain, Ma. Dance again with space. Gilbert's got loads of room out there. Kwek makes a run forward. The two Reading girls linking up. And there is Gilbert now. Strong along the baseline. It just goes out of play because that was a lovely bit of play from Gilbert herself, driving down that right-hand flank, hitting the baseline, cutting in, but just drifting across the wrong side of goal.
Again, we see where England are doing well out that right side, coming in and around the back. Just ran out of space.
Step from China. Good persistence from Unsworth. Finds the foot. Takes the quick free hit. Has Bray in support. Townsend Squarever opts to come back through Walton. Webb now. Here's Kate Richardson-Walsh. Forward to Kwek. First time ball is read well by Durr.
She's not going to knock that ball off.
Two balls on the pitch. Webb links up with Walton. Gilbert ahead of her. Walton might fancy it herself here. Ball in from Gilbert there eventually. Oh dear, from China. Ball gets stuck under their foot. Here comes Danson then with a quick restart. Carries on, drives towards goal. They can use the video referral here if they want to. And I think Alex Danson's going to. Felt she got it on her foot there as she played the shot. Let's listen to the question. So here's another look at it for us. Here's that shot. Does it come up off a stick here? The video umpire will have a look at it. Doesn't look like there's a foot there, but it's from here on in we're looking. Danson definitely gets the shot off. There it goes. Is it up the stick or is there a bit of foot there, bit of arm? What do you think, Nikki? Here's another good angle from it. Carol Metchett, the video umpire, will be viewing all these angles and making the final call. Does it clip her arm on the way through there as well? Is it all stick?
Maybe.
Umpire Metchett ready. So a free out for China. And they take it quickly, another aerial ball. During that whole process as well, England not getting the call right and losing their video referral. So no video referral left for England with 14.5 minutes left to play. China still have theirs. Danson goes down. And we're going to see a card here. What colour though? It's yellow. Danson, having drawn the foul, comes off for a break. Helen Richardson-Walsh back on. In the meantime, Twigg with the shot here. Might take it reverse stick, swings it back towards goal. Couldn't get enough power on it. Housley getting in the face of the Chinese defence now. Great step from Walton. Might fancy it herself. Leaves it for Housley. Good skills. China ball. So confirmation then China down to 10 players for at least the next 5 minutes. Another good time for England to strike. There is confirmation of them losing their video referral. But China losing a player in the form of Zhu. Chinese number 25 there in the sin bin for at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure England will have a plan here now, especially only 1-0 up. They want to push on, they'll change their structure a little bit, perhaps.
One-on-one at the back here. Some defensive work for Webb to do in the meantime. Wu gets around the back, looking for a foot here. Walsh picks it clean. What an important tackle that was.
Absolutely, especially Chinese are such a threat in short corners. They have 2 drag flickers who can flick it. Probably the hardest out of anyone here at the moment.
Well, the Chinese did run up to Annelies Rostron there, the South African umpire. They think it was an England foot. Can only imagine that that was Helen Richardson-Walsh's foot rather than the stick. It looked like a clean tackle from up here, but this will tell us everything we need to know. Stick? Yeah, I think that's a good tackle. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. She's a little bit clumsy
we
maybe,
missed
but
here.
there's definitely no foot.
Stick. Then the Chinese player goes through Helen Richardson-Walsh. No doubt about that. Good initial decision from the umpire.
Chinese foot.
3 out to England. China lose the referral. Okay, thank you very much.
So both sides lose their referral now. Confirmation there from Carol Metchett to Annelies Rostron. Clean tackle from Richardson-Walsh. England with the restart on their 16. No video referrals left as 2 balls part ways there, and Richardson-Walsh grabs the one that she wants. Walton to her left and Webb to her right. Just to come down the right-hand channel. Quick, just behind her, that ball. Clash of the sticks there from Ball. Wang hasn't got too many options here. Has to float one in behind the England defence. Well left by Walton.
So as we expected here, China now pushing on a bit more of a press, even though they are down a player, but they have to do something. There's only 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, Coach Yeo, I think, ordering his team up the field a little bit, putting a bit more of a press on here. Unsworth under pressure, concedes the free hit. China, again, they don't really have too many attacking options coming through. Good scrap from Unsworth to come away with it. She's got McLeod outside her on the right-hand side. Richardson-Walsh now trying to team up with her here. Quek behind her, dumps the ball off, looking for the quick 1-2. It's a sideline ball. China still down to 10 players. Cloud with a fortunate ball through to White. And as far as Twig. Twig might want to think about getting this into the D. She's going to try and run it herself. Wins the free hit. It's going to come in from Quek, hit in flat and hard. And England players going to ground inside the D. Walton again will pick it up. Unsworth will think about pushing it into the D. England just quite happy to hold on to it again. Well shadowed by Richardson Walsh. Comes off the foot of the Chinese captain and Quek plays on. Good strength. Room on the baseline. Took a deflection and there'll be a long corner.
Quek's had a good game down there on the right-hand side. When she gets the ball, it looks like something's going to happen.
Here she's in possession again. Something does happen, but it ends up going onto her foot and China win the free hit. Just over 10 minutes left to play. England 1, China 0. If you're tuning in, tense finish to this third quarter final of the day. England only ahead through a Georgie Twig penalty stroke. Twig putting England ahead on 40 minutes. She got the option to retake the flick, having missed initially. Umpires deciding that Dong Xiao Li in the goal moved prematurely, took an extra yard or so, and so Twig got to retake the stroke and converted at the second time of asking. About a yard or so. We reckon the keeper moved off the goal line. You see it all the time in football, don't you? That move, they try and come out, and that just narrows the angle down a little bit.
Yeah, but in hockey, they're not allowed to move off the line, so absolutely right by the umpires.
We'll gloss over the fact as well that it went straight down the keeper's throat, straight after the first flick, but the second one was a good one.
England have got to be clever here, just try not to run with the ball, keep playing. It's really important not to try and hold back in this situation, because when you do that, you tend to let goals in. So if they can keep playing, keep passing, keep moving the way they have been, I think that's a lot better.
They're staying high in the press as well. Ball will give chase to this. Danson's up front alongside her and McLeod. And that really is the first line of defence for England. Both Danson and Ball coming back to win the free hit there. Just what England need, just what Jason Lee wants from his team. England looking for a place in the semi-finals as Danson comes away now. Can't get through Wang. And England have to keep backtracking. Lovely tackle, flat stick tackle from Richardson Walsh. All the time in the world here, and we saw the Dutch running down the clock earlier in the day just by messing around with it here down in the left-hand corner. Townsend first to it. And I think a stick challenge coming in there from Quek. No rush from England to get that ball back to where the foul took place. 8 very tense minutes for England to play out. They lead, but only just. There's one goal in it. If China do draw level and it finishes 1-1, then we'll go to a penalty shootout. Side selecting 5 players to take a shuttle each from the 23-metre line. 8 seconds to score against the opponent's goalkeeper. That's how quarter-final number 2 ended up between Australia and Germany after the sides finished 1 apiece at full time. Australia going on to win the shootout by 4 goals to 2. Here's Danson again. Wins the free hit. Yeah, no side has scored more than 1 goal in the quarter-final stages to take the win. Netherlands beating New Zealand by a goal to 0 in the first quarter-final of the day. Again, England taking time off the clock, this time with Holly Webb finding Ansley. China need to get down the business end if they are to find an equaliser. They are back up to 11 players, full squad of players playing out there. At a moment earlier in the week when England were down to 9 for about 20 minutes, I think, Nikki.
Yeah, they haven't done that since. I think they may have got a bit of trouble in the meeting room. Probably, yeah, I'd say they got told off a little bit.
Yeah, Jason Lee says they're definitely not up for the Fair Play Award this year's Hockey World League final.
After one game.
Townsend with the long ball forward to Owsley. Dancing ahead of her inside the D. Owsley winning it, almost losing a stick in the process. Great strength from the youngster. Unlucky to miss out there. Just has to react and get a body behind the ball here again. Walsh misses it, and here's Wu for China, looking for the reverse stick. Only 3 players forward for China, the rest of them all in the defensive half.
I just don't know how they think they're possibly going to score by playing like this. You've seen they haven't. They've only scored 4 goals in the tournament so far. They're just not working as a team for me.
Bray goes infield, throws in one to Townsend. Gilbert ahead of her, comes through the midfield, and this is Unsworth who peels out through Webb. Queck in acres of space, as she has been all evening here. Looks up, good pre-scan to see Owsley and Danson in front of her. Can't find the pass though. It was a good step again from the Chinese defence. Now they can counter-attack. Great tackle from Queck. And now a chance for Bray. Earns the free hit. No rush to take this one. England can throw a few more numbers forward. Bray throws it in, goes herself. Townsend now. Webb screaming for it behind her. Good lead towards the ball. And up into the attacking quarter, Holly Webb. Four and a half minutes remaining then. England 1, China 0. Danson wanting to go herself, wins the penalty corner. The Chinese defender not giving 5 before putting in that tackle on Danson. Hadn't retreated the 5 metres. Here's another look at it. Danson had skinned her anyway. And then the Chinese defender getting in a touch there. So it's penalty corner number 4 of the evening, second of the half for England. And this would be the ideal way to finish this game. Kate Richardson-Walsh and Holly Webb at the head of the D for England. Queck 2 steps forward. We've seen the slip used by England twice in the game so far. Gilbert to inject. Shot on target, essential here for England to test Lee. Kate Richardson-Walsh gets a straight flick off this time, but the number 1 runner was quick to it. The follow-up reverse stick shot from Webb. Unsworth thinks about hitting it on the half volley. Has to come back out with it across the 23. This is Queck, spreads the ball wide. Great ball speed on that one. Good awareness from Wang to pick it off.
Yeah, we'll see on the replay there, England changing up a bit, gone to the top, right to the top of the circle. The previous corners, they had 2 castles set up, but just didn't quite work out for them.
Yeah, China sending out a number 1 runner there, Sun, but they also had that for the defence, right side covered. Good defensive ploy from China, but they have to go and score a goal up the other end. They've got 3 minutes to do it, 3 minutes to equalise. Don't want to bring it up, but England had a very tense final 3 or 4 minutes against the Dutch earlier in the week, where they were 2-1 up, and they gave away the lead there, and now again China come forward looking for an equaliser. Important touch from Queck. That was possibly the match-saving tackle as China looked to counter-attack there, and Queck getting the most important of touches here as China came forward, doing enough to distract the Chinese defender. Well, it's actually missed the stick of Queck, and just her presence enough to put off Liang, and that was their golden opportunity, their golden ticket to get back in this game, China.
Yeah, I think, who was it there? Wang. Yeah, I think just showing her inexperience there up front. Like, a critical time in a game, you need to be trapping that ball and putting it away. I mean, that's what the top teams in the world will be doing, so it's just unfortunate for her.
Rush of blood to the head. And I'm sure English fans back home couldn't watch those final minute or so of
action that's just taken place in front of our eyes. England hold on, just. England 1, China 0. China again come forward, nervy times. Again, that one just getting away from the attacker, Liang. Can you imagine how he feels on the sidelines? England a minute and a half away from the semi-finals and a match against Australia. It'll be a tough match too, should they make it through to the semis. Finished second behind the Australians in round 3 at the Investec Hockey World League on home soil. Right at the end of the summer. Just need to get rid of it here. Walton dilly-dallying with it, and this time Richardson-Walsh bringing some calm to the camp. 1 minute left to play, England. Keep you calm, keep you cool. Richardson-Walsh, just the person you want in control there. China high, as you'd expect. Richardson-Walsh runs up the inside there from Walton's aerial ball. This is Huang. Now Yan. And this is Liang round the back looking for a foot. England have to be careful here. It's Walton with the ball. Now Ansley to Unsworth. That'll do. 20 seconds left to play. England with just that 1 goal advantage. China looking to break through, trying to get a penalty corner. And that'll be a 16-yard hit. This is going to be the last play, and England are going to go through to the semi-finals. Just. The crowd count down the final few seconds of this third quarter final. Georgie Twiggs, penalty stroke, takes England through to the semi-finals. A semi-final against Australia that will take place on Saturday. Matty Hinch, not even a save in that game. China coming close right at the death there, but Kate Richardson-Walsh and the England girls can breathe a sigh of relief. They're through to the semi-finals. China will face Germany in the bottom half of the table. Lee just stepping off her line to give England a lifeline when Georgie Twigg took that stroke. And England narrowly through to the semi-finals. It was scrappy in patches, but they don't care. The world number 3 side defeating China here in Tucuman in Argentina. England through then, England 1, China 0. At the full-time score then, and we can look back at some of those highlights from the second half. England coming close on several occasions. That flick from Kate Richardson-Walsh at the head of the D was deflected. England running the slip option on several occasions on going wide. They counter-attack well. This was Kwek with the ball in and the deflection. Gilbert's shot hit the foot of the defender there, and it was a stroke. This is when it got exciting. Twiggs' initial shot was saved. The umpires wanted it retaken because the keeper came off her line, and Twigg didn't miss the follow-up. So second bite of the cherry, Twigg keeping it low, and to her left, the keeper's right. And then there was a mistake right at the end, and here China should have equalised. It fell to the Chinese attacker just there, but it hit a foot. And as we said, Matty Hinch not even called into action. The Chinese attacker taking her eye off it. It was Meiyu Liang with the chance in the final minute or so. But England through. And there is confirmation of some of the other facts and stats from the half. England dominating the game really with 13 circle penetrations to China's 8. Controlling possession too, 67% of the time spent in their opposition half. Again, 9 from 4, the conversion rate, something that England can work on going into those semis, a semi-final match against Australia. China will face Germany in the playoff stages. And look at that, smiles and relief in the England camp. A good result for them, Nikki.
Yeah, absolutely. I think relief from everyone there. China just left it too late for me. I think they only pressed up in the last 5 minutes or so, maybe 7 minutes. I don't know what that is about. They had to win the game. But yeah, England nearly gave it away again in the end. I think they like to give us a bit of a heart attack up here, and probably the fans back home. But yeah, I think deserved winners there.
Agreed. Commiserations to China.
So we have 3 of our 4 semi-finalists confirmed. Netherlands are through, Australia are through, and now England join those 2. Who will take the 4th remaining place? Will it be Argentina or Korea? If you can stick around and hang about for another 50 minutes, then please join us online to watch Argentina versus Korea, the final quarter-final of the Hockey World League final here in Tucuman, Argentina. Unsworth can't quite believe it. England gather in the centre of the pitch. Can't take the smiles off their faces, can they? And a good vibe out there in the centre of the pitch. A good team squad effort from England, beating China here this evening by 1-0. Georgie Twigg converting a penalty stroke on 40 minutes. Jason Lee just internalising that achievement and what it means for England hockey. There are confirmation of the other results from the day as well. Netherlands beating New Zealand by 1-0. A high-scoring one in the Australia-Germany game, but that was after it finished 1-1, Australia going through, and now England through. Who will join them, though? Come back and join us for the Argentina-Korea game. We'll see you there.